Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another day of kit conspiracy. And we are still using the kit from Arden Creative Studio called Hidden Creek. And I am doing some mixed media today. I'm using some liquid watercolor from Ecoline. This is number 580. It's just a turquoisey blue. Or it's really more sky blue than turquoise. And so I am dribbling it down the page. It comes in like an eyedropper type bottle, so I was able to just dribble it down the page, and then I am just doing a little bit that is watered down up at the top. At the end of the day, none of that I applied with my paintbrush is going to matter, because I am going to make some tags that are going to hang down, and they're going to end up covering all of it up. I didn't think it was going to cover quite all of it up, but it does. So I just have the drippiness. So if you're somebody who ends up really liking this layout and want to scrap lift it, you don't even have to do the brush work. You just dribble it down. And if you don't have liquid watercolor, ink sprays work as well. You could also use some regular watercolor in pans. If you have the opportunity to put them into a pipette or something like that, it's really easy to get this drippy effect. A little bit harder when you're just using it off of a brush, but it is possible. You have to use a lot of water in your brush, and it can definitely happen. So I'm using two of the older Stampin' Up! Punches that are tag toppers. One is called Ornate, and then the other one, I'm not sure what it's called. But those are the two that I have. I've had them for ages, and they are just really good go-tos. When I buy tools, I try to buy things that are very easy to use on multiple projects, that are not super specific, or if they are a specific type, I want to be able to use them on at least, I don't know, a couple of handfuls of times, even though they are specific. So in this case, these are really generic and very easy to use. So I did take several pieces of the leftover papers from other days that I have been working with this project, and I just pulled in some pieces here and there. I did cut a strip of the one that has the little tiny floral on it. Those punches take a 2-inch strip of paper. I think the newer ones might take multiple sizes, but the two that I have, they just take 2-inch strips. So that's what I'm working with. And then I'm just kind of thinking about what I want to do with them. I think I'm going to do a little mixed media on those punches. I am also cutting up some of the pattern paper, as you can see here, and creating my little tag toppers to go on the white tags. But those white tags are going to have some mixed media on them, so they're not going to be just standard white either, and that's okay with me. I like that. That's kind of the look I was going for. But I am just going... I was thinking I'm just going to do the packaging technique here to apply the color. I think at some point I might have dipped them in. Not really sure about that because I did this a little while ago. I'm just voicing it kind of late, and this is Sunday's video. It should have been up earlier today, but I've been away at a retreat, and this was the first opportunity that I really had with a quiet room to go ahead and voice this video. So I apologize for that. I'm hoping to get tomorrow's voiced as well. I have a video for tomorrow for Messy Monday. It may not be up until later in the day, but we'll give it a shot and see what happens. Okay, I have two little Prima stamps. These are very generic stamps. One has like a text, a sketchy, scripty sketch, scripty text on it, and the other one has like a really tiny ledger. Yeah. So they kind of just sit next to my desk because they're very versatile for mixed media. And as I mentioned before, like I try to use or purchase things that I can use multiple times in varying ways, and things that are just really flexible in how you use them, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'm searching for the right word, but I'm on lack of sleep from being gone. So, yeah, just try to purchase things that you know you can use over and over again, even though they are not, really specific. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know. Anyway, just using some liquid glue to adhere all of these pieces. I did ink them up with some Black Soot Distress ink. Actually, I didn't use Black Soot. I used some archival ink in jet black, and that is what I stamped within as well, because that is not going to run. It is a waterproof ink once it's dry, and so that's what I'm inking up with, just in case I want to add any more mixed media. I don't want my black ink to run, so definitely using something that is not water-based, something that is waterproof. And then, as you can see here, I am adding a little bit more of that Ecoline blue, number 580, and then grunging up this strip of paper. This is going to go across the bottom of my layout, so those drips are really just going to show down the center, and my photos are going over them as well, so you're not seeing a ton of it, but you do get the idea. I just wanted it to look super drippy, and I really like the way that it looks. And then I am just putting a bead of glue at the top of my 12 by 12 paper so that I can get my tags placed. I will go back and adhere them more securely after I get that bead on there and get them in place so they're not wiggling around. It just makes it really easy so that I don't have to like try and adjust where they're at. I do think I end up with one of them that's a little twisted, so I do have to kind of fix that. It's not quite vertical, as you can see here, so a couple of them I am fixing, but they are pretty well adhered at this point. And then I just trimmed across the top of my paper using my paper trimmer, and it's cut off all of the ends of it. So this little piece of paper that I'm using there that has the lattice work on it, in my video tomorrow I am using some Distress Oxide inks, and I'm running them through a stencil, and then at the end of it I will take my stencil, spray it with some water, and then I put it face down over a piece of paper just so that ink that's on the stencil doesn't get wasted. It doesn't go down the drain. You know, it's not a lot of ink. You could wash it off easily, but I like to just give it a little bit of water and reactivate it, and then put that stencil on white paper, and this is the effect that I got. It just looks really cool. I like it, so I thought I'd use it for this one. Now, I realize that you're not seeing that technique on today's video, and I don't even know if I show it on tomorrow's video, because I kind of did it after the fact. And yes, I did film my videos, or I am releasing my videos out of order, because tomorrow's video was prepared for Messy Monday using inks. These acrylic pieces are from MK's shop. You could easily put liquid in them, and I'm using quotation marks with my hands. I know you can't see that right now, but you could easily make it look like there's liquid in them by using either some Nuvo drops or some stickles. Later in May, I will be using these again and putting some liquid in them, even though I'm not putting liquid in them right now, by using a little acrylic paint with a little bit of ink to change the color. Now what I'm doing here is my bottom piece of paper is still damp, and so I went to put the rub-on on and it did not stay, and so I used a little bit of Nuvo because it kind of peeled up the top layer of the paper. So I just used a little bit of Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to adhere that down and make the splat mark from the rub-on stay where I put it, and so I don't have a little rip in my paper. Also, the stem and the bottom of the glasses kind of cover that area, so it wasn't a really big deal. But your best bet is to always let your mixed media dry and not work in a hurry. Yeah, so I was really rushing to get this layout done prior to my retreat, and so that I could pack. And so yeah, that's what happened, is I did not wait for it to dry all the way, and it kind of made a little bit of a mess at the bottom. But like I said, the acrylic pieces are going to cover it up. It's not a big deal. I am using a little bit of this like burlap ribbon to go through the bigger tag holes. One of them has like a slotted tag hole, and the other one just has a hole punch. The hole punched ones, I'm using the linen thread from Stampin' Up. And then the ones that have the burlap ribbon in them, I used a little bit of that linen thread to tie it off, because otherwise it's really bulky if you try to tie a knot in that linen or the burlap ribbon. So yeah, just I don't want to make it bulky where it doesn't need to be. I like the way that that looks. I think it looks really different and interesting. So I'm going to go with that. My title here is going to be, I don't even know what that says, hello something. Oh my goodness. I think it says hello adventure or something like that. And this was definitely an adventure. If you're wondering what that is in the glasses there, we had a drinks package. It came with a bundled package that we purchased for our cruise last summer to Alaska. And so we had photos, internet, drinks, and a few other perks that came with it. And so we decided to go ahead and try several different drinks here and there throughout each day. I'm not a super big alcohol drinker. In fact, it's really hard usually to find something that I like. And so it was a good opportunity for me to taste things and see what I liked. The one that is blue is called Blanco Azul, and I don't know exactly what's in it, but it's got like an aquafaba foam on the top. And then the other one is more of a, I think it had ginger in it, and it had the graham cracker crust around the outside of the rim, and my husband really liked that one. That is it, you guys. Thanks for watching. Go check out what MK has for you today. I'll be back tomorrow with another one. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.